chair and the lead teacher for the instrumental strand here at the Visual and Performing Arts Academy at Salem High School. I've taught for 26 years at the high school level and as adjunct faculty at the university level, and it is my pleasure and honor to be able to give this testimonial in support of Dr. Donald Krudop. Simply put, Don Krudop is the finest classroom teacher, technician, and arts educator that I've ever met or worked with. And I say this without reservation and without a close second runner-up. Don's a scholar and a musician, and he delivers information to students with the utmost of integrity and respect. In short, he's everyone's favorite teacher, mine included. Now, while Don is an amazing teacher, I can also testify that he's a fine person. He's as fine a person as I know, and I'm not only honored to call him one of my colleagues, but I regard him as a trusted friend. He's a person that has and will continue to change the world. I've known about Don's reputation since the early days of my teaching career in the 1980s. My first impressions of him were very positive, and I also knew that his ensembles had a reputation for excellence. My first cathartic experience with Don was at a VMEA, a State Music Educators Conference in the early 90s. I remember still being a new teacher and introducing myself to Don, and I was starstruck after his concert. And I remember telling him that it was the most amazing high school ensemble of any type that I had ever heard. I was a fan from that point on. As the years progressed, I had many encounters with Don, his groups, and when the job here at the Visual Performing Arts Academy opened up, getting to work with Don Krudop was the major draw. During my 7 years here, Don and I have collaborated with many projects, including performances at Lincoln Center and at Carnegie Hall. I make it a point every year to have Don work with my kids in one way or another, because I feel like every kid that comes through our program here needs to have worked with Don Krudop. He is truly a masterful educator and an inspiring musician and a dear friend. I can think of no better candidate. Friend.
Hello, my name is Christine Lewis. I had the honor of being Dr. Krudop's student over 15 years ago. I also had the pleasure of organizing a reunion concert that took place this past weekend and involved students from the choral department over the past 25 years and who eagerly participated in the concert. Students who came from East Coast to West Coast, all across the nation, from nearly every graduating class, who anxiously awaited the time to reunite with Dr. Krudop and be a part of his experience once again. And I think the most notable thing about Dr. Krudop is that he has a passion for music, but his love is for his students. And that love is something that has infiltrated the community. And it's not just in master musicians or music teachers, but people who've gone on to become lawyers, doctors, parents, teachers of other subjects and in other schools. But that influence goes much more beyond the classroom. And as the mother of 3 school-aged children, I see every day the influence that teachers have, and they can either make or break a child. And Dr. Krudop not only makes his students into the young adults that they become, but also builds them up to be the best individual that they can be. He encourages them, but also challenges them to grow and develop into the very best person that they could be. And it's just a testament to him that so many would want to be reunited with him again. In fact, social media is a wonderful thing, and following the concert, there were just so many responses for days following the concert of just love and the family that he builds here. And it was just a powerful thing, almost intoxicating, just the emotion that was the driving force behind the event and just behind Dr. Krudop. And there's so much love and affection for this man, and he has just touched our community in such a way that is almost, there's no words for it. So I am pleased that you're considering him as a candidate for the quarterfinalist position of music educator at the Grammys, and I just hope that you will take these words to heart and truly understand the greatness of the man that you are considering. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Christian Harward, and I am recording this video in reference to Dr. Don Krudop. Simply, he is the most humble and inspirational man I have ever met. Out of every person I've ever worked with, every teacher I've ever had, I can look back and know that he is a person that pushed me more than any other. He is far beyond any other mentor I've ever had. The impact he has on his students and his student lives is proven through his day-to-day creation of music. I spent 4 years in choir with him in high school at the Visual Performing Arts Academy at Salem High School. And from there, because of how he impacted my life and the things that he instilled in me, I went on to pursue music in college. I'm currently a senior vocal performance major right now, and I honestly couldn't see myself doing anything else. And it truly is because of how he believed in me and the belief that I saw him instill in other students. There's no other man that has shown me as much compassion and as much encouragement to pursue the things that I want to do. The impact that he's had on the community around us. There's so many students that have worked with him and that have continued to love music and pursue music solely because of the things that he did. He truly is one of the most amazing men I've ever known. And because of his love for music, we've continued to create beautiful sounds, and we've all continued to move on towards other choirs and really just share that love of music with other people around us. Recently, we had a reunion choir. It was 25 years for the Salem High School Madrigals and 10 years for Vox Harmonia, which is the elite choir in the Visual Performing Arts Academy. And the amount of emotion and passion and care for music that we all brought at this reunion concert, it was touching, it was inspirational, and it was all because of what he has done for us. Our lives have been changed exponentially because of how he's treated us and the things that he has taught us. Honestly, I would not be where I am right now because if it weren't for Dr. K. Honestly, he's just the most inspirational person that I've ever came in contact with, that I've ever worked with. And to this day, it's even been 3 years since I've left high school. I honestly can't think of anybody else that I would do absolutely anything for. He's so deserving of any award that you could possibly give him. He will truly be humbled by everything that you have to say for him, that we have to say for him. He is loved by his students, and he loves his students. It's funny, he actually calls us his kids. There's this connection that I honestly believe you can build between a teacher and a student. There's this beautiful emotional connection, especially for a teacher who does something so artistic. You honestly can't stand in a choir or sing for people and not feel that emotional connection between you, the audience, and the man or woman who has stood there and taught you how to sing and be so alive in the moment. And he's that person. For so many students, we've really blossomed and stepped out of our shell because of his encouragement and the things that he's done for us. Anything that he has ever done is completely deserving of this award. Well, thank you.
The first one. How are you making a measurable difference in the lives of your students? A measurable impact might be as concrete as the number of students who qualify for honors courses, or as abstract as a young photographer, a former student of mine, who adopted my concept of how bad you want it as his mantra whenever a challenge arises. How bad you want it is my compression of the sentence, how badly do you want it? And it applies to every aspect of life, from auditions to career choices to life-changing projects. The former is simple and straightforward. The latter is more complex and difficult to quantify. One can easily determine the impact of a number. Fixing an absolute result on the value of a concept may be unrealistic and even unachievable. However, of the two, it is much more desirable. Having said that, I believe I am making strong, positive differences in each of those areas. Question 2. How are you making a significant impact on your school and the surrounding community? I'm one of only 4 faculty members who've been on the staff at Salem High School since the school opened in 1989. As such, I've had the opportunity to affect the musical and academic environment for 25 years. The most recent opportunity occurred June 6th and 7th, 2014, when I hosted an alumni reunion concert here at school. Over 140 former students traveled from across the city and across the nation to participate. In the audience were parents, grandparents, sons and daughters, faculty and administrative team members, representatives from central administration, and members of the community. They had all assembled that evening to celebrate the excellence and joy of choral music at Salem. For the participants, the emotional peak was nearly overwhelming. As I stated in my post-event Facebook post, quote, "I've always known that teaching was what I wanted to do, but whether I teach for another 2 years or another 10, this weekend has served to absolutely confirm for me that teaching is what I was meant to do." End quote. In addition to my work at school, I'm also artistic director of the Virginia Beach Chorale, a 90-voice community choir with an age range of 16 to 94. We present 2 major concerts each year singing a wide variety of music. We also present a July 4th Oceanfront concert with Symphonicity, the Virginia Beach Symphony Orchestra. I am also director of music at Heritage United Methodist Church in Virginia Beach, where I oversee the music program and conduct the adult chancel choir. Question 3. How are you making a significant and lasting contribution to the field of music and research, etc.? My doctoral dissertation, an examination of the use of kinesics in eliciting expressive ensemble response and its application in an undergraduate choral conducting curriculum, offers insights into the way that music educators can raise the level of their ensemble's artistry through the effective implementation of gesture, facial expression, body language, and the science of kinesics. I have presented sessions on kinesics at music education events in Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee, and in the fall of 2014 will present a session at the National Conference of the National Association for Music Education, NAFME, in Nashville, Tennessee. I have also presented sessions on performance practice, choral literature, conducting, and copyright law in Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, Maryland, and New Jersey. I have served on the advisory board for the Music Educators Journal and VMEA Notes, served as a Repertoire and Standards Chair for Virginia ACDA, the Virginia chapter of American Choral Directors Association. I was a National Chorus Mentor for NAFME, served as President of the Virginia Choral Directors Association, and currently a candidate for an opening on NAFME's National Council on Choral Music Education. The 4th question. How have you demonstrated a commitment to the broader cause of advocacy for maintaining music education in the schools? As Artistic Director of the Virginia Beach Chorale, I have made it a point of emphasis to include a Virginia Beach High School choir in each annual Christmas concert. We have also included the Salem High School Handbell Choir, the Visual and Performing Arts Academy Steel Drum Band, and the Virginia Children's Choir. The Virginia Beach Chorale offers an annual scholarship to one graduating Virginia Beach senior who intends to pursue a career in music or music education. At every performance by a choir of the Visual and Performing Arts Academy, I emphasize to the audience the critical need to maintain and expand the opportunities for students to participate in music education in all forms: vocal and choral, instrumental, theory, history, composition, and appreciation. I also make it a point to reinforce the importance of music education every time I conduct an honors choir, be it all city, all county, all district, at all levels, elementary through secondary. Usually preceding the final song, I take a moment to address the audience and illustrate how important music education is and how it has positively affected the lives of the young people on the stage with me.